I was starting to get real serious with my wife, and I remember like a couple of months before, you know, I asked my manager like, "Hey man, I don't think I want to go to real estate school because like I'm tired of this day to day. Like, can I get like some time off during the day to do that?" And of course, like most jobs, they be like, "Hell nah, like you need to do this," because I'm like, "All right, cool, no big deal." And then
Okay.
I had a rice moment.
Welcome to the Don Serious Show. From thought-provoking discussions on current affairs to deep dives into the worldly landscape, the Don Serious Show covers it all. Each episode is a tapestry of diverse topics designed to enlighten, entertain, and expand your mind.
Welcome to the Don Serious Show. I am your host, Don Serious, and I'm here today with a special guest. His name is Jason Rice. He's out there in Phoenix, Arizona, but he's also a friend. We went to college together in Atlanta, Georgia, and I want to welcome him to the show. Mr. Jason Rice, how are you doing today, sir?
I'm good, bro. What's up, man?
Man,
I'm
what's
I'm
up,
just
man?
so I'm just so thankful you invited me to your show, bro. I appreciate it, man.
Oh, man. I'm thankful and grateful that you showed up, man. You're a busy guy, man. You're over there doing that real estate thing, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, man. I'm out here helping people buy and sell homes. Really, my passion is just helping people understand. It was for me. I had to learn it myself. Understand the benefit of ownership and the leverage that comes with it. So most of my day to day now is just trying to teach people that, in layman's terms, that I'm a I'm a nerd about this, just like I was a nerd about film. So I don't know everything, but I know a little bit about a little bit.
Okay, so let's rewind a little bit. So we met each other in a school called AIU. It was American Intercontinental University, right? That's is that it? That's
Yep.
what? Yeah. Okay. All right. I was just making sure. So, but when
AIU.
I met, yeah,
AI. Yep.
AIU, yeah, American, yeah, yeah. Okay, I got it right. So when I met you, like I was in media production, then I shifted to game design. You stayed in media production, right? You did the whole
Yep.
thing with the okay. So the question for
Yep.
me
I mean,
to you, no, go ahead.
nah, go ahead. I was just going to tell the story that probably doesn't need to be told. So I'm just going to
Nah, he's a
keep on
done serious
the,
though.
you guys passing the flyers out. You know what I'm saying? You guys passing the flyers out. Because remember, I went to AIU, right? And then like, because
Yeah.
if you guys know, like, I've always been against the grain. So we were doing a movie about the school, and it's weird how it all plays out today, right? Because it's a
Yeah.
for-profit university. They went bankrupt. Like literally rewrote a movie about that. Also, I was running for like vice president, and I knew all the presidents of the school and everything. And then magically one day I came to school and none of my key cards worked. And they pretty
Oh,
much like expelled me and kicked me out. And then you guys were running around with like, let Jason back in flyers. It was like the dopest thing,
yeah.
but it was definitely a learn lesson. I was going to tell that before, but that's what I was going to say.
Yeah. On the side note, anybody went to IU and when me and him went there, hey, we used y'all cameras, man, to make some money on the side. I think everybody did that, right? I mean, whatever.
Hey,
But
hey, for sure.
yeah, we had our own little hustle there. But it was a small school. It was a nice school. I'm not gonna knock it down too bad, but I don't understand
No,
how
I'm
did
not gonna
you.
knock it. It was
It was a life. It was a great experience, man. I love that school for some reason until they moved it to
yeah.
Dunwoody. When they moved it to Dunwoody, it was in Buckhead, y'all, and they moved it to Dunwoody. And when they moved it to Dunwoody, the whole energy and the vibration, it changed. It didn't even feel the same. But that little small school in Buckhead at that time was the best environment to go to school because everything was in there. It felt safe. You could be a little rowdy, but you don't have to worry about police harassing you for doing rowdy stuff. I don't know how to explain that environment, but I loved going to that school in Buckhead, man. I loved it.
No,
And
I mean,
so
it was definitely a cool environment for sure.
Yeah, if do you remember what was his name? Glenn. Do you remember Glenn? The white guy, Glenn?
Uh,
I don't know if
nope,
you know him. If you ever watch
maybe.
this show, Glenn, you should have never invited us to Cinco de Mayo because we fucking ran your credit card up. But hey, that was like over 10 years ago. So like, anyway, but how?
I
Yeah,
don't
man.
think I was there, Glenn. I'm just gonna say that. I don't think I was
Yeah,
there. If I
on the border
was, I was
down
just
the
holding
street.
cameras.
Now it was on the border down the street,
You
like when
know.
you go down there with a little DSW shopping center at and all of that. Yeah, it was a Cinco de Mayo,
Yeah.
man. But he said the drinks was on him, and we all asked. We was like, "Are you sure?" He's like, "Yeah." He was drunk. We knew that. He was like, "You sure?" And when it was time for us all to go, I mean, all the ladies that was there with the IU, all us guys, and the waitress was like, "Here we go," and she had like multiple different receipts. I guess he went through one card to another, and he started looking around. You should have seen us, man. We was all like just like getting ghosts, man. Like, hey, man, all right, nice, enjoy that. You know what I mean? And he's like, hey, and nobody wanted to respond to his hey. We just all left. Super drunk, walked to them apartments that they kept us in, all in Buckhead. That's a whole nother story, man. But how did you go from media production to getting into real estate?
I
That's the
mean,
question.
so I call it like the perfect storm. A lot of times for me, like I'm very spiritual, very about like God. So like I remember like I was working at this warehouse film company, and I was like, oh man, like I was working at the warehouse film company, and I was doing freelance stuff on the side, so I really had no time. I mean, I basically worked there Monday through Friday. If I got off at 5 or 6 o'clock, I was running to another set. I did that for about 2.5 years, and it was good. I was making really good
Okay.
money, and I was like, okay, this is cool. But then I was starting to get real serious with my wife, and I remember like a couple of months before, you know, I asked my manager, like, hey man, I don't think I want to go to real estate school because like I'm tired of this day to day. Like, can I get like some time off during the day to do that? And of course, like most jobs, they be like, hell nah, like you need to do this because I'm like, all right, cool, no big deal. And then
Okay.
I had a rice moment. If you know me from back in then, I'm just gonna say that I had a very much like, hey, I'm a real G, and I'm not gonna play that. And we're gonna have some issues. And then after that day, about a week later, they told me I no longer needed to come back to that job. So I was like, but when I woke up that morning, I literally told my wife, I said I should, at the time she was my fiance, I was like, hey, I should call out today. I should not go. I just felt like somebody's gonna take the wrong nerve today.
Yeah.
And I literally said that, and then you know how at that point in time, she was like, nah, you need to take your butt to work. You know what I'm saying? We need to make all the money. I was like, all right, cool, I'm gonna go. I'm just telling you, I ain't holding back today. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And from that day, then it was like after about a week, and then it was like I said, okay, cool. Now you said you was gonna go to real estate school. I got a plan for you. I need you to do this.
Okay.
And
Okay. I'm listening.
not understanding that it all still aligned with my entire vision of just like just because I got into film because I wanted to, like, I'm a black man and I come from a good 2-parent home, and I was like,
Okay.
and now I had a lot of friends like that. I had a lot of friends that didn't. I had a lot of friends that did. So whatever spectrum you are, I just wanted to, like, I got into film to show that that we're not just single home people and we're angry or that. I got in the film to change that
Yeah.
narrative. You know what I'm saying? But then as I'm doing that and researching some other stuff, I'm like, the narrative we really need to be changing is how we play this financial game. So I always wanted to be one of my favorite people in the world is Dame Dash. You either like him or you don't. And I was like,
I
all
actually
right,
like
well,
Dame Dash.
no, I mean I know, but some people, may not. He's very brash. He's very
Yeah,
much
man.
like, he's very much kind of like, and you know what I mean. So I was like, all
Bro,
right, well,
like,
if I want to,
pause for a minute. Just pause for a quick minute, bro. I have a friend, a very, very long time a friend. Just real quick. I told him about Damon Dash on the Breakfast Club some years ago, and he was like, "Oh, Damon Dash is fucking bankrupt." Man, come to find out later on, years down the road, I just texted him about a week or two ago about, "Hey, man, Damon Dash got land now, and da 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 da. He ain't broke." You know what I mean? He ain't even respond. You may continue, man. And so I always been like looking up to Damon Dash because, bro, like, that entrepreneurship energy, and I own an LLC and an S corp, so we can get down that road episodes later. Continue, man, because I understand where you're going, man. I like where you're going, but I'm listening.
yeah. So during then looking at it, I was like, well, I'm tired of being the grunt of the set. I'm tired of being. I mean, I had great positions on set. Direct photographer,
Yeah.
gaffer, lighting. I also did grip work, all that stuff. And I was like, but I want to be the guy that, like, when I come in, I turn on the lights because it's my check involved. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then I was like, how can I do that? And then I was like, oh, the fastest growing industry to do that is real estate. So then
Okay.
the only thing I knew is like, let me go get my real estate license and figure out how to help people buy and sell real estate. At the time, I was really naive. I thought like, oh, I'll get my real estate license. Everybody need a house. It's gonna be the easiest job ever. I will say to people that want to be real estate agents, it's not the easiest job. It's it's really fulfilling once you learn how the game go.
Okay.
But yeah, so then that's really the transition of how I got or thought about getting into real estate.
Okay. And so you decided, like, so that they fired you, correct? If I'm not mistaken, this job fired you, correct? And so
Yep.
like, we're not gonna drag it along. So you decided to go to school in Georgia for real estate, or because I know you moved from Georgia to Arizona. So did you go to school in Georgia,
Yeah,
or did you go to school in?
I had to do both. I had to do school in Georgia and school in
Yeah.
Arizona. And then weird thing is reciprocity didn't exist in Arizona when I went through the 9-day real estate course here.
Yeah.
But the day that I passed my Arizona state exam, they changed the law.
Okay.
I was so not happy about that, but I did it.
Nah.
So I'm licensed in Arizona and in Georgia.
The Don SIRIUS Show.